She walked away from a $115,000 Zach salary the day her best friend said those four words. Let's build this together. 2 years later, 60-hour weeks, no salary, everything she had put into this company, she received a document by email. The subject line said, Co-founder agreement for review. She opened it at 11 p.m. Her name was listed as early employee, 5%, 4-year vest, 1-year cliff. Her best friend of 12 years had written her out of the company she'd built.
Mia and Jordan had known each other since their first week of university. They'd been the kind of friends who finished each other's sentences, who were each other's references, who talked about starting something together for years. The idea was a payroll platform for small businesses. Mia was the engineer. She'd spent 7 years building fintech infrastructure at a mid-sized bank. Jordan was the operator. She'd run a 60-person team by the time she was 32. On paper, they were the perfect team.
In the summer of 2021, Mia quit her job. Jordan kept hers. Just until we have some revenue coming in, she said. Mia wrote the entire code base herself. She handled the technical due diligence calls with the first investors. She onboarded the first 50 clients personally. Jordan ran sales and kept paying her own bills. The company grew to $400,000 in annual recurring revenue before they'd ever formally discussed equity. There was always something more urgent. The verbal agreement had always been 50-50.
The Series A came faster than either of them had planned. A San Francisco firm offered $3 million at an $18 million valuation. Jordan handled the legal side. Mia was deep in the technical due diligence. The Friday before signing, Jordan forwarded her a document. Just the standard incorporation papers. She said need it filed by Monday. Mia opened it at 11 o'clock at night, sitting in her apartment in the dark.
The document was not incorporation papers. It was a co-founder agreement that had already been drafted by Jordan's lawyers. Jordan, 90% shareholder, CEO, sole director. Mia, 5%, classified as early employee, 4-year vesting schedule with a 1-year cliff. The cliff clause meant that if Mia left or was terminated before 12 months, she received nothing. The Series A was closing in 11 days. 11 days to either sign or walk away from everything she'd built.
She called Jordan that night. Jordan answered immediately. She said the structure had been recommended by the investors. She said the investors wanted a single decision maker on the cap table. She said 5% of an $18 million company was still significant money. She talked about it the way you'd talk to a contractor who'd asked for a raise, not the way you'd talk to someone who'd built the thing from zero. When Mia mentioned the verbal agreement, Jordan said she didn't remember it that way.
Mia didn't sign. She documented everything. Emails, Slack messages, calendar records, and sent a letter through a lawyer citing the oral partnership agreement. Jordan's legal team countered with 8%, full vesting, no cliff. The Series A closed. Jordan's 90% was worth $16 million on paper. The 8% would have been worth $1.4 million. The 50-50 Mia had been promised, $9 million each. She went to arbitration. It took 14 months. She settled for $400,000, her legal fees, and approximately 1 year of her former salary.
The company raised a Series B last year. Current valuation, $240 million. Jordan has been featured in 3 publications about female founders. She talks about resilience, about the importance of good partnerships, about doing right by the people who believe in you. Mia's 50% stake at the current valuation would be worth $120 million. What she has is a settlement, a non-disclosure agreement, and a very clear answer to a question she used to think was obvious. What is a friendship worth in a courtroom? Approximately $400,000, not 1 cent more.